Hey, so a few weeks ago I did a Halloween themed recommendations video. This is another one. This one's going to be a little bit longer, I presume, and I picked out some more Blu-ray titles to talk about and recommend. A lot of them you've probably seen. Some of them are a little more low-key. They're not all heavy hitters. I have got a couple in there that you guys will be really familiar with, especially fans of the genre. But Halloween's approaching in a few weeks, so let's look at some Halloween themed films that are like really suitable for viewing on the 31st. So I'll jump straight in. They're not all going to be everybody's cup of tea. Most of them I quite like. Some of them I think are really good and pretty amazing, like some of them. But yeah, I picked a stack out of Blu-rays, and also I'll be doing a segment in the video which is one that is related to streaming, because I don't have a physical copy of it, but it's one of my it's becoming one of my sort of favorite films to watch at this time of year. Anyway, let's jump straight into the Halloween themed recommendation. So we'll start things off with the first recommendation, which is The House's October Bill. It's not going to be everybody's sort of cup of tea. Not everyone's going to like it, especially if you dislike found footage films. But as quite a fan of found footage films, I thought it was pretty well done. Pretty good, in my opinion. Watched it a few years ago, quite a while ago now, for the first time. Liked it enough to pick it up. Saw it on streaming, and then I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll actually pick that one up. It does have a sequel as well, but from what I can remember, is the sequel's nowhere near as good as this one. I know a lot of people aren't too keen on this film. I enjoy it for what it is for the most part. Yeah, it's basically about a group of people who are going around making a documentary. It's about extreme haunts. So they're trying to look for the most, like, the extremist of haunts in the USA, and they're going all over the place into like backwoods areas and these little small towns and things, and visiting haunts. And they start off with quite mild ones, and it's not quite doing it for them, and they want their documentary to be a little more compelling. So basically what they do is they follow this trail um to get onto an extreme haunt in the a backwoods area called by a group called Blue Skeleton. And they have to pick up on this like paper trail, and clues are left for them. And after going to a haunt in the middle of the film, like there's this weird clown guy like in front of their RV, because they're in an RV camp. Basically, they keep stopping and camping and sleeping in the RV. They're on a tour, basically making this documentary. There's a clown guy from one of the haunts, like, who starts sort of taunting them and harassing them. There's this character, this weird girl, who's in one of the haunts. Yeah, very creepy. They go to quite a creepy haunt as well. It's not one of the Blue Skeleton ones, but it's got some crazy like scenes in there, and it's one of the best parts of the film, if not the best part of the film. Some really good little like jumpy bits in there and whatnot. Anyway, by the end, they managed to locate people in association with the Blue Skeleton, and yeah, they're getting ready to go on this extreme haunt, and things take a turn for the worse, and it's quite yeah, they get more than they bargained for. Basically, put it this way, I won't give too much away because it is worth a watch, this one, I think, for Halloween. They get what they were looking for. They get their money's worth, if you will. And yeah, it's pretty crazy ending, quite downbeat. I won't give away what happens, but it's one of the things that happens to them at the end of the film, involving this Blue Skeleton extreme haunt, is probably like a human being's worst nightmare, what happens to all of them. So yeah, it's yeah, I'd like I say, not everyone's too keen on this one. I've read some bad reviews for it and stuff. I like it. I think it's good. Don't think it's the best sort of Halloween themed movie in the world, but if you've never seen it, it's worth a watch. If you like fan footage or mockumentaries and you've never seen it, give it a go, because I think it's quite an interesting watch. Even just for a one-time watch, I think it's good. I've seen it a couple of times now, but like I say, it does have a sequel out there as well, number 2. I wasn't so keen on that, but I'm going to rewatch it, I think, as I've just rewatched this one. But yeah, The House's October Bill. Give it a go. There's a Blu-ray out there as well. I think this is an Australian release, this one. yeah, pretty good stuff for Halloween, I'd say, as far as found footage goes. Anyway. So another good pick for Halloween is The Guest. It's from 2014. All the action commences on Halloween night. It's very thrilling, more of a thriller than a horror, but it does have horror elements. It's horror adjacent with some of the violence and action, gore, etc. So this guy turns up, claims to be the friend of a family's son and brother. The dead soul. He claims to be the friend of a dead soldier. To the family of that soldier, and he stays with the family, helps them out and stuff, sort of worms his way in a little bit, and then things start to unravel, and he's got agents after him and stuff, and yeah, he's a wanted man, and it's got a lot of good action pieces in it, you know, and very violent as well, to be fair. I mean, it's certificated 15, but yeah, it's pretty violent one. It's got some good stuff in there. It's got Lance Riddick in there, from what I can remember, the actor who passed away. He's in there. Did some voice work on the Horizon games. Yeah, good pick for Halloween, The Guest. Definitely worth a look if you haven't seen it. I would recommend this one. Like I say, they're not really a horror. I know this is sort of a horror channel, and but fits into that category nicely. So yeah, give The Guest a go. This is a 4K. I've never watched a 4K. I picked up the second sight. Nice edition. They did do a big limited edition set as well, which I didn't pick up. Kind of wish I had have done now. I mean, you can still pick it up pre-owned and stuff and from sellers, but yeah, I'm happy with this edition. But yeah, The Guest, give it a go. And we have Hellfest, which is really primed for Halloween. You know, back to the theme of like the first film I shown, the Houses October Bill. Back to the theme of haunts, and this is like a big haunt. It's a big theme park sort of thing. Well, it's a Halloween festival. Hence the title Hellfest, and this group of people, they go there, and this killer's basically taking people out, and he's after some of them, and they have to fight back towards the end. Not one of my favourites, but I do kind of like it. First time I watched it, I thought it was quite rubbish. I don't know why. Rewatched it when I picked up the Blu-ray and liked it. So it just showed that some films do grow on you, but Hellfest, pretty enjoyable stuff. Just have a little look at the back. I think this is like a Swedish Blu-ray or something. Don't think it has a UK release. Or yeah, or Danish or something. Not too sure. Or Swiss. Maybe it's Switzerland. It's got a few flags on there actually. So yeah, pretty good film though, from 2018. 89 minutes, so doesn't overstay its welcome. The killer, like the killer's sort of outfit, as you can see him there, like his mask and stuff, not the best I've seen as far as aesthetics go, but yeah, it's quite a fun one. Good for Halloween, primed for Halloween. The location's good, like the Hellfest itself, you know, it's got a lot of like Halloween carnage and like, you know, people dressed up and things in costumes. It's pretty, yeah, some crazy like people and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting watch if you like your Halloween themed stuff. Just didn't think it was the best thing I've seen, you know, as far as the narrative goes. So just a side note, this is a Halloween themed recommendation, so I've tried to pick out like scary movies that are set during Halloween and around that time of year. The next one I haven't seen for a long time, and this goes for another one I'll be showing. So although having viewed it, can't quite remember whether it literally is set at Halloween. Regardless, it's primed for Halloween. You know, it's a great one for Halloween. I think there is parts of it that are set on Halloween. Can't quite remember. But anyway, Dark Night of the Scarecrow. So it's a made-for-TV film. That was on in the 80s, I think. We'll check that out. There's the cover. This is a Region A edition. 1981. So, you know, quite an old one now. Yeah, so this guy who's basically a bit, you know, has his issues and stuff. Yeah, he's a bit vulnerable. As you can see there, he's victimised and picked on by these horrible people, these nasty men, who basically single him out and blame him for something that he hasn't done. They single him out and take, you know, show hate towards him and hunt him down, and basically ends up being killed and dying. They're responsible for it. And the men later on into the film, they begin to be picked off one by one by what seems to be the spirit of the dead guy as a Scarecrow, or is it a killer avenging the man who died's death? But yeah, don't know the Scarecrow. Can't quite remember if it is set on Halloween. I'm sure there might be Halloween stuff in there, but regardless, it's a great one for Halloween anyway. I quite enjoyed it. It's more of a subtle film, probably not going to be to everyone's liking, but I know it has a bit of a following, and I thought it was good. So here's one most people will be familiar with. I think it's a Halloween classic, as do many. Upon release, from what I've read, it was badly received. I wasn't alive back then, but it is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This is the great 4K UHD edition from Scream Factory. Came out a couple of years ago. Fantastic artwork, love it. There's the trick-or-treaters. Yeah, people badly received it because it didn't have Michael Myers in there. Apparently they were going to go off after the sequel to Halloween. After those two films, they were going to go off into an anthology direction and have a different story for each Halloween movie, which is an interesting concept. I'm glad they didn't, because we've had some decent Michael Myers films since, but fair play to them. Interesting idea and concept to possibly go with. Obviously it didn't quite work out at the time because this was badly received overall, because people missed Michael Myers. He does make a brief kind of appearance in the film on a television slot, you know, on like a screen in the hospital, I think it is. Halloween's playing, so you do see a bit of Michael Myers, like very briefly. He's not literally in the story, but there we go. So this guy called Cochran owns Silver Shamrock company, like that produces like Halloween costumes and candy, masks, you know, you name it, stuff like that. And he's a bad guy, and he's doing some sinister things behind the scenes, and he's got a big plan. And Tom Atkins' character goes after him basically and tries to uncover his sinister motives and plans. And yeah, it's quite a sinister plot that it has. It's a really fun one, great one for Halloween, literally set on Halloween. The aesthetics completely Halloween-y, like, you know, it's full of like pumpkins and all that sort of thing, as you can see there with the pumpkin head mask or pumpkin face mask, not to confuse it with the Pumpkinhead film. You got the witch there, the skeleton, very iconic looking trick-or-treat outfits they are. But yeah, really cool film. Tom Atkins plays a good part. His female co-lead is good as well in there. Obviously it says there, you'll know Tom Atkins from The Fog, Night of the Creeps. Yeah, really good. There's a picture of Cochran, the bad guy. Trick-or-treaters. It really is a sinister plot that he has devised from 1987. A lot of you'll know that one though, Halloween 3, but it's a classic for Halloween. It's gained a cult following over the years, and I'm not surprised. It's really fun. I know it has its haters as well and people who dislike it, but I just think it's good canon into the Halloween franchise. I know it has nothing to do with Michael Myers or Laurie Strode, but you know, it's just a lot of fun, and it's really Halloween-y and set on Halloween, and as are all the Halloween films in the franchise. But still, this one aesthetically probably is the best, I'd say. You know, you got the whole Silver Shamrock song that gets embedded into your brain like a worm. You know, you can't get it out of your head when you hear it sometimes, that Silver Shamrock song. Yeah, really fun. Yep, that's Halloween 3. So yeah, and if you're going to get Halloween 3, get this edition, because it's brilliant. Fantastic edition, best edition out there of Halloween 3, this one. So quick note back to earlier in the video, I did say about I've tried to pick out Halloween themed films. Some of them I haven't seen for a long time. I have seen all of them in the video. Some of them I've only seen once. But the next one, I think it does centre around or lead up to Halloween, but it's not the most Halloween themed sort of film, but I think Halloween's in there. You know, there's some Halloween bit of Halloween aesthetic and things, because I think it's set around that time of year. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I did a bit, because I've not seen the film for a few years since it got released by Scream Factory. I did a little research, and apparently it does have, you know, set around Halloween. Hopefully I'm not wrong, but anyway, it's a good one for Halloween regardless, and I'm glad to include it in the video because I don't think I've mentioned it in any of my videos yet. Possibly may have done in the past, but can't recall. Anyway, it's Wes Craven's Deadly Friend, so pretty good Wes Craven film. Not his best by a long way, but it's fun. He's got that robot guy in there. It's got one of the coolest like horror movie kills you'll see. So basically this old lady gets a basketball thrown at her head with full force, and her head just explodes and implodes or what have you, and it just looks fantastic, you know, really sort of outrageous, ludicrous, like ridiculous, like special effects. Obviously it wouldn't go down like that if you know, no matter how hard you throw a basketball at somebody's head, that'd never happen, but it's so much fun to watch. It's just a crazy kill that's so like far-fetched and outrageous. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it says a Breakfast Club version of The Bride of Frankenstein. I need to rewatch this one. The little robot guy's cool, but yeah, probably might be a Wes Craven one a few of you haven't maybe heard of or watched. So yeah, and this is the way to go if you're going to get this film. Get this edition, the Screen Factory one. I think it's still about might be a little pricey, not sure, but Deadly Friend anyway. If it's not Halloween themed, I was wrong, but from what I can remember, it does sort of centre around that time of year. But regardless, it's a good watch for Halloween anyway, so Deadly Friend there. Now, one that is was released in sort of recent years, a few years back, and that is Haunt. So this is the German edition of the Blu-ray, where they have dubbed it Halloween Haunt, but the film's called Haunt. I mean, again, it's a scare attraction, so back to that idea of you know, showing one that's got is a haunt, you know, one of these haunted buildings or places where people put on a scare attraction for Halloween. People pay their money, they go there, they try and scare themselves, and the people try and scare them and stuff, you know. But obviously there's a bit more there's some sinister stuff to it, and yeah, things get a little bit too real. I thought it was all right. I didn't love it, but it's a good one for Halloween. And it's a good one, let's say, you might not want to re-watch it, but it's definitely worth one watch. And that's Haunt. It's got some cool aesthetics, some cool props and things in the Haunt. That's a cool mask. Yeah, characters perhaps aren't the most likeable or memorable or anything, but it's a good one for Halloween, and a good one just to watch at least once, I think. It's one I'd rewatch myself, but yeah, check out Haunt. Not too bad at all, not the greatest at all, but it is, yeah, it's fairly good. Definitely suited to Halloween, that's for sure. So next up I'm going to show Bloodfest. I thought it was all right. Again, not one of my favourites. I don't think this one's actually set on Halloween, but it's very suited to being a Halloween themed kind of movie. It's definitely one, it's about a scare attraction again. That seems to be a theme in this video. Yeah, this big elaborate scare attraction, featuring like some of the most iconic like movie monsters within the film, you know, like who the people in the film watch and stuff, you know, like they're kind of, you know, fictional characters for the film, you know, monsters from the movies that the characters in the film watch. I don't think they're literally based on real life stuff. There might be a few real ones in there. Not seen it for a minute. Yeah, it's good for Halloween. Don't have much to say about it really. I didn't really think that much to it. I thought it was quite fun. Another one that's worth a one-time watch, one-time viewing. That's Bloodfest, set at a scare attraction. So although not really being set on Halloween, I don't think, it's a scare attraction, so very suited for Halloween. So yeah, try Bloodfest out. This is a UK Blu-ray. I think this goes for a little bit of money now, about like £20 pre-owned, which is quite a bit for this film, I'd say. It's a bit rarer at the minute. It might even be out of print or something, but it's all right. It's fun enough. Yeah, I'd say that's like a good triple bill if you can watch like The Houses October Built, Bloodfest. Actually, no, saying that, Houses October Built's probably better than all of them films in my opinion, but a good triple bill, allow me to correct myself, would be this: Bloodfest, a scare attraction film, Hellfest, a Halloween scare attraction film, and Haunt, a Halloween scare attraction film. You've got a good kind of triple bill that ties into similar themes there. You know, not the best films at all, but, you know, it's a good, you know, worth a watch. So, on to an absolute shit show now. And this is a terrible film, but, if you're a completionist, watch it. That is Wrong Turn 5, Bloodlines. So, you know the story of Wrong Turn, with the backwoods hillbilly cannibal, mutant guys who kill people, eat them, etc. This group of people go to a town. I think that it's a Halloween festival. And the cannibals are being, the cannibals are being like sort of fathered by a new character who's actually played by Doug Bradley from Hellraiser fame, who played Pinhead in the original Clive Barker's Hellraiser. So he's like kind of their father figure in this one, father figure. And this group of people basically become victims of the mutants, you know, the mutant hillbilly guys. And yeah, Doug Bradley's in there, who's always nice to see and stuff as well. He's in one of the Pumpkinhead sequels, Doug Bradley, actually. I think it's the third film. Can't quite remember the subheading, but he's in the third Pumpkinhead film. But anyway, he's in this Bloodlines. Probably one of the better things about it, to be fair. Doug Bradley in this. The film's not very good. The gore's quite good. Some good kills. You know, if you're just a fan of a sort of generic slasher with decent kills and some good, you know, some good blood, guts and gore, you might get something out of it. Crap film though, I will say that. Probably got its fans, but as a completionist I had to buy it. I've not even unsealed the Blu-ray and opened it yet, but being a completionist I did have to pick up Wrong Turn 5 Blood lines. But yeah, it's got a bit of kind of festival going, like atmosphere, you know, in the location that is set and stuff. But it is a shit show. I won't fuss too much about seeing it. But if you're a Wrong Turn fan, then you should see it, really. So some Mexican horror next up with Cemetery of Terror. This is the Vinegar Syndrome edition. I thought this film was great. Not the best film, like, you know, as far as direction's concerned, you know, and narrative, but it's a lot of fun. You know, it's spooky. It's set at a cemetery or a house near the cemetery. Characters aren't particularly likable, but it's really fun. It's got some good ghouls and, like, you know, skeletons and things and gross characters and some good kills, and it's quite bloodthirsty. And yeah, it's a good one for Halloween. Cemetery of Terror. Group of people being terrorized by these entities that are emerging, and yeah, trying to take them out, basically. That's all I gotta say about it. But yeah, if you pick up your Vinegar Syndrome releases, do make sure you got Cemetery of Terror in your collection. Yeah, really fun film. Yeah, do enjoy this one. I'll probably stick it on within the next couple of weeks as well and rewatch it. And on to the final movie I'm going to be showing in this video, and it's, again, I'll use that word primed for Halloween. It's become a cult classic now. It's from about late 2000s, you know, 2007 or something. From the same director who did the Krampus film in 2015, I think. Yeah, and you probably had a guess. One of the best films I've shown in the video today. Filled with Halloween, like, you know, just Halloween, what can I say? It's just filled with enough Halloween that you probably won't need to watch anything else on Halloween night if you watch Trick or Treat, because it's just, I know I sort of stammered a bit there. I kind of lost what I was trying to say, but it's like such a good Halloween themed film that, you know, you could watch this alone on Halloween night and it'd satisfy your need for some sort of Halloween like magic. Yeah, it's an anthology with a wraparound story. It's become quite iconic over the years. You know, it's got a big like following. I know a lot of people love this film. I think it's really good. I'm a big fan of it. I need to rewatch it because I probably haven't seen it for about 5 years or so. So it's been a while. But like, yeah, Trick or Treat's just filled with Halloween goodness. It's just seeping with Halloween atmosphere is what I was trying to sort of say. It's got that really, you know, it captures the essence of Halloween brilliantly. That's what I was trying to say, you know, and I stammered a bit. Sorry about that. I was trying to say it, you know, the essence of Halloween is just captured perfectly with this film. It's got some cool characters. Sam's a great character. The antagonist Sam, the little dead guy in the or boy in the sort of little sack man outfit. He's got his lollipop there, really iconic. There's a Sam there as well. There's my little statue, little ceramic statue of Sam from Trick or Treat. Thought I'd put him in it. Yeah, really good. Got some good segments, this one. I think all the segments are actually enjoyable in Trick or Treat. But yeah, if you've never seen it, do yourself a favour, get hold of Trick or Treat. As far as releases go, at the moment, until it gets a 4K, which it will at some point, maybe next Halloween. I'm sure Scream Factory will do the 4K as well. This is the Scream Factory edition. Trick or Treat. Yeah. So, like I was saying, as far as releases go, this is the way to go get the Scream Factory. It's got the best artwork. I mean, look at that artwork. There is a Region B release and stuff. I had it, a cheaper alternative, but I thought I'd go for this one. Unfortunately, the slips been out of print for a while, so I didn't manage to get the slipcover with my edition, but I've got this lovely artwork and I just love it. I'll just show the back. Here's a look at the back, some of the characters. Yeah, great segments in Trick or Treat. Anna Paquin, who was in the show True Blood, if you remember that. she's in there, but you know, and there's others as well. But yeah, Trick or Treat, one of the best Halloween themed horror movies out there. Can't go wrong with Trick or Treat, especially this time of year. Amazing. So that's all my Halloween themed movies for this video. I know a few of them weren't literally set on Halloween, but they're really good for Halloween. I just wanted to throw a bit more in there because it was quite hard picking out everything that's, you know, films that are completely centered at Halloween. I struggled a little bit with my collection, although I've got tons of movies, as you can see. And this is only one side of the room. I'm not going to show too much because I'm doing a room tour eventually, but you know, these are just some of my horror films, like boutique label stuff. And I find it difficult to pick out films that are literally, you know, just set at Halloween. But there's probably some more in my collection that I've missed. Going to do another video with films that are perfect for Halloween. So this won't be particularly movies that are set or centered around Halloween, but films that are like, you know, scary films that are just perfect for viewing on Halloween. Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoyed doing the video. Hope you enjoyed it too. Leave a like, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I'll always get back to you. It's always fun to converse on the comment section, you know, about film and stuff. Really enjoy that. And yeah, have a great day wherever you are. Okay, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you on the next one, I guess.